How we see transition from dirty fill still center of conversations right now globally. Well, now to our first conversation. We're looking at investment migration industry. It's now become an integral feature of the global economic landscape. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry with over 30 countries offering citizenship and residency by investment programs. Well, to discuss this, we have Teka Jibril, Regional Director, Citizenship and Residency, RIF Trust, joining us right here on the program. Great to have you. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Ladi, for having me.
Yeah, so quite an interesting one there, investment migration. You know, for those that don't understand this concept, can you break it down in layman terms?
Thank you for the question. Investment migration is an industry that was curated by countries who sought out a different way of generating FDI. Now, foreign direct investment, they get foreign direct investment, and by the way of that foreign direct investment or contributions from individuals around the world, they will grant either a residency or a citizenship to that person. It's pretty simple.
Pretty that straightforward. But, you know, what factors do people look out for before saying, okay, I want to use this particular country, I want to go into this country, invest, and get their residency?
It's different motivations for individuals. Individuals are very, very different around the world. But we, as a company, RIF Trust, we have summarized that in simple forms. Most clients of our clients are looking at security, mobility options. They're looking at better investment opportunities for themselves. They're either also looking at lifestyle opportunities for themselves and their families, or education and employment.
Right. So do you have to, because your clients have different motivations,
yes.
But which one would you say is more rampant when it comes to your clients? What is the major motivation?
The major motivation for our clients mostly is global access. They want to be able to have access to the world as fast as possible, you know, whilst at the same time avoiding all the bottlenecks that come with, unfortunately, holding a Nigerian or an African passport.
Right, so different motivations,
yes.
different clients. But at the end of the day, you know, these are interesting times. You know, it's, we're seeing the UK with new highs when it comes to inflation. We see the US globally, you know, with the war in Ukraine. Everywhere is quite hot, you know, right now. So I'm wondering, you know, what are people looking at, you know, at this point, you know, with investment migration? I
mean, a very, very strong motivator nowadays, especially in today's climate, is the security aspect, right? They're looking for options for themselves so that they're not stuck in one place at one time. Very, very good example is what you gave. The Ukraine situation happened. A lot of clients that our Russian office, for example, had been speaking to and delayed during that time found themselves in a bit of a pickle when you know, the entire crisis came about. But the ones who had previously had options for themselves and created options for themselves were able to find solutions quickly, you know, when the crisis came about. So, like I said, the motivations for our clients are very, very different. But all around the world, they seem to always revolve around security, mobility, investment, lifestyle, and education.
Right, but you're talking about global access, you know. Having more global access, what are the benefits, you know, of that for, say, for the individual and the economy?
For the economy of the source country, you know, you're looking at people going out there, seeking experiences and opportunities for themselves and their business.
Some will call it brain drain, though.
Well, yes, there is that misconception, but it's untrue. The reason is because brain drain. When we're talking about brain drain, we're talking about people emigrating out of the country en masse, right? These are highly skilled people who are going to emigrate out of the country and then benefit the economy, solely benefit the economy of a developed country. Right? With the citizenship by investment programs, they are tailored towards people who have businesses in country, right? They have their families in country, they have businesses in country. They are not looking to leave, right? What they're looking for is global access, right? They want to have the same access as their counterparts in the West, right? They get those global access, they come back to the country and create jobs, create infrastructure. Matter of fact, a lot of our, a growing trend is in the tech space, right? You're seeing African startups, for example, last year, African startups generated $1 million every 2 hours. And, you know, having global access gives these companies and these individuals opportunities to do things like this. Go there, seek funding, come back to Nigeria, create jobs, create opportunities for other Nigerians, and also add to the GDP of the country.
But investing, you know, means you're taking, you know, funds out of here, out there to, you know, be able to get, you know, some of these perks of residency. And at the same time, some would say that is, you know, taking money out. You know, we're taking precious, you know, dollars that we actually need here. We're taking it out there and investing in other countries.
Yes, you are absolutely right when it comes to that. Taking money out of the country, but you have to also see the symbiotic relationship that these programs benefits the country in hindsight, right? You're not just taking money out of the country. You might be benefiting another country in terms of funds, but you are also going to be benefiting your country in terms of the resources that you're going to be bringing back. You're looking at, you know, job opportunities for other Nigerians, like I said earlier. You're looking at human resources that you could bring back into the country. You're looking at experiences, the ideas that you could curate outside of the country and bring back into Nigeria are they're not quantifiable, right? Those are the things that you look at. You know, you're not just losing money. You're gaining experience and bringing it back to Nigeria.
All right. So looking at this investment migration now, is there any direct relationship between this and foreign remittances or diaspora remittances coming into?
Yes, I mean, there's always going to be, when it comes to especially when it comes to the residency by investment industry, you have people who reside outside of the country and would be definitely sending a lot of money back, you know, due to the benefits that they gain outside the country, sending money back into Nigeria, for example. So yeah, there is a very direct relationship between
So if we're seeing a rise, you know, with investment by migration, can we also see a direct rise in diaspora remittances coming back to Nigeria? Which is a plus for the economy. But what are the best citizenship and residency by investment programs, and what countries are actually open to this?
When we talk about best, it's completely relative. What's best for me is might not be best for you, Ladi, and we see that across the board, right? So when we talk about, as a company, Rift Trust, we sit down and we're very advisory focused. So we sit down with our clients and find out what their motivations are. Like I said earlier, whether it's security, whether it's mobility, whether it's investment, lifestyle opportunities, or education for yourself and your dependents. We look at, you know, what motivates you, what is motivating you to seek something like this, and then we'll sit down and curate a couple of programs that might benefit you, and then you decide for yourself.
Quite interesting.
Yes. Also, when we also talk about the countries, you're looking at countries like St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia, on the citizenship by investment side. You're looking at Malta, which has a very revamped program now in Europe. You're looking at Turkey, also has a citizenship by investment program. Montenegro has a new citizenship by investment program. And then on the residency side, you're looking at countries like Portugal, Spain, Ireland, Greece, the US, Canada, which is, you know, hugely popular in Nigeria now. Yeah, those are the programs that are available.
Okay, but what about Nigeria now? Let's bring it home. How are we doing when it comes to that? Who's bringing the money here to invest?
You are looking at Nigerians themselves. coming back to Nigeria and investing in Nigeria. Like we discussed earlier, the experiences, the opportunities that are gained outside the country are priceless. They come back to Nigeria, invest, build infrastructure, create up job opportunities for other Nigerians.
But what about foreigners trying to also...
Foreigners, yes. You also see a lot of foreigners. For example, we're looking at a company like Andela, for example, that's sought funding outside of the country and did come back hiring foreigners and bringing them into the country. And that brought about also a lot of FDI into Nigeria due to the great idea that was, should I say, Andela itself. So yeah, you're looking at, like I said, in the tech space, it's a very, very brilliant case, right? If we're looking at the citizenship by investment programs, where tech companies go out there, seek funding, and bring that funding back into Nigeria, as well as bring, a form of foreign direct investment as well.
But what do you think can make, Nigeria more attractive, when it comes to these kind of programs? How can we, put ourselves out there, as that investment destination of choice?
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of things that Nigeria needs to do. We need to entirely revamp our entire tourism industry. We also need to create opportunities for foreigners to sustainably do business in Nigeria, make it a very, very sustainable place to do business. Not that it isn't, but we need to do a lot more better. And yeah, I think that's more of a question for the Nigerian government than for a citizenship by investment expert like myself.
Right.
I'm not a government official, but what
do you, from your perspective?
From my perspective,
when you see other countries, looking so attractive, what do you think we should be doing here?
We should. Nigeria has a lot of infrastructure and a lot of resources for it to be a very, very beautiful tourism destination. I think that should be our focus at the moment. We're seeing our neighbors, Ghana, investing hugely in tourism. We're seeing countries like Rwanda, Kenya investing hugely in tourism. That should be our focus at the moment. From there on, we move forward. I live in Dubai, for example, and that's where tourism was their #1 focus initially. And then they move forward and become the financial hub for the entire Middle East and Asia, right? That should be a country's focus, and from there we'll move on and make Nigeria a better place.
Yeah, make Nigeria a better place. Well, talking about costs now, I want to, use one of these programs, one of these investment migration programs. Do I have to have $1 million or more to chase this dream?
No. They're not relatively cheap. You're looking at the average contribution in the Caribbean for a citizenship program starts at $100,000 US. If you're looking to make an investment in country to qualify for citizenship, you need to invest around $200,000 US.
Well, that's a lot of money.
So not $1 million.
Well, 200 is still a lot of money. Looking at the conversion, that we saw yesterday and today. All right, thank you so much, Tech and Jabril. This is one sector we will be tracking to watch its growth. The regional director, Citizenship and Residency, Rift Trust. It was great having you on Business Morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.